Good day, bikers. Jimmy here, reminding you to stay tuned at the end of the show and board the 1237 trailer, an original sci-fi audio adventure. The show is a thrilling and touching escapade with an assortment of kick-ass characters guaranteed to keep you enthralled. If you need more queer heroes in your life, and why wouldn't you, you could do a lot worse than this super time travel adventure. And once you've binged the hell out of it, why not check out the 1237 Pod Patreon for more awesome content? I'll jot down contact links in the notes of this episode. Now, before I sign off, just a little content warning. Around the 40-minute mark, our kids encounter some supernatural animal mutilation. If that's not really your thing, you would be best just to skip forward about 30 seconds around the 40-minute mark. I promise all our sheep are highly skilled professionals and none were harmed in the making of this episode. And now, on with the show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Brits on Bikes. We're on episode 12 today, and with me as always is Eve.
Hey.
And Kat.
Hey! Well done.
Finally got them right, both
It
right.
only took you 2 tries.
It only took me 12 episodes.
Yes.
Right, okay. I've learned today that my American geography is appalling.
As is mine.
We were just talking about the States, and Eve has given us all a little geography lesson. I really didn't know Illinois was that far east. Oops. Sorry, Illinois.
I didn't know Wyoming was that far west.
Honestly, like I said, I'm giving y'all comeuppance for like even acknowledging that those are states. So
We love you, Illinois. We love you, Wyoming. Don't listen to Eve.
Right. We just don't know where you are. I'm sorry.
I mean, honestly, half the people in the US don't know where they're at either.
So the gang's all back together after our own solo adventures. So let's just get cracking, I think. Okay, so it's Monday lunchtime, just after a weekend of many, many experiences. And you guys are just finishing up your history lesson with Mrs. Thistledown. The bell's rung, class are drifting out. And as they do, she turns around to you and she says, Derek, Sally, might I have a word with you?
Yeah, all right.
Oh, am I in trouble?
Mrs. Thistledown goes to the door and peers outside and then closes the door. She walks across to her desk and perches on her desk. And she says, look, I don't really like talking about this in school, but we have to step up our game a little bit. You know that Victor Wallace has now completed 2 of the Elementa Tenebris ritual, and we have to make sure that he doesn't complete any more.
How?
I've been doing a little bit of research. I think I found something with a possible connection that may link to the ritual. And she hands you a piece of parchment. On it is written the words, breath of struggle, breath of strife, dying breath gives chaos life. And annotated underneath is the word Nephili, underlined.
What does that mean?
I can't quite remember. It's been a long time since I've studied classics, but it definitely has something to do with the old classical legends. You might need to research that word, but there is something else. I've heard on the grapevine some rather unusual deaths occurring over on Drewdrop Farm. I thought maybe you could find out what exactly has been going on. Whilst I go off and do investigations of my own, we might be able to pool our resources and see if this is what I think it might be.
Yeah, sure. Let's go talk to a serial killer. Okay.
I think Wallace is making his move to begin the air ritual.
Awesome. Let's wait. Okay. Yeah, you said Dewdrop Farm. Where's that at?
Sally, you would probably know where it is. It's basically Drewdrop.
It's just off Gaudy Pass.
It's just off Gaudy Pass, yep. If you speak to the farmer over there, he might be able to explain a little bit more. All I've heard is unusual animal deaths have been occurring.
Oh, okay, so it's not like people murder. Alright, good.
Were they cute animals? I don't like it when cute animals die.
Mrs. Thistledown looks at you, Dee, and says, I wouldn't ask you to go and investigate an actual murder, Dee.
Well, I don't know. You don't know what I freaking saw, okay? So, I don't think we're going to have that option.
Why? What did you see, Dee?
Yeah, what did you see?
I saw what happens when we, lose.
But we're not going to lose, Dee. We can't let that happen. The order must prevail.
That sounds like a cult thing. I don't like cults.
Oh, no. What I saw was a cult thing.
I'm really confused. Let's just go. Should we just go to the farm? Let's go to the farm.
Yeah, let's do that. I need some air.
I'll leave it in your capable hands. Please, if you see Wallace, don't approach him. Just come back and report to me.
Are you going to be here, or should we stop at your place?
Well, you'll have to go after school. I can't get you out of school again.
Well, yeah, no, okay. That doesn't answer my question.
Well, when school finishes, I'll be gone as well.
I don't know if maybe stand by to, grade papers or something.
Yes, Derek, I like nothing better than to stay late hours after school grading papers. I swear, you students think I just am some kind of teacher robot.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is sometimes you gotta be places you don't want to be. I don't want to be here right now.
Well, if you want my advice, if you could try and find out about this Nephili and then maybe head on over to the farm.
Right, so the library first.
Is that your plan?
Yeah, how much longer until school is over?
You've probably got one more lesson. So you've got the lunch period and then... Go on, Sally.
How long has it been since we were last at the library? Is the book that Dee took out in my name going to be due back yet?
No, it's only been a couple of days.
I would assume that you were going to the school library.
Oh, well, I would have thought that the actual library would be better because school libraries are generally pretty bad.
Okay. You've got about 40 minutes. The school's pretty lax about students leaving at lunch times. This is the 70s after all. So, yeah, that's fine. You take a little march over to the library just by the Civic Hall. It's about a 15-minute walk. No, not even that, about 10 minutes. And you go into the library. Carl is there behind the desk, diligently stamping books again.
Well, we know where the encyclopedias are now, so I'm going to go over and pick up the one that has N in it.
You're going to try the encyclopedias. Okay, so you head on over to the encyclopedias. You look up Nephili. It's cross-reference. It says C, Greek myths.
All right. Picking out G for the Greek myths.
Greek myths. Okay, can you make a brains roll for me, please?
Probably 5.
Because the Greek myth section is huge. There's pages. It's like a whole kind of history of the Greek legends, starting with, the Titans and going all the way through all the heroes and all that malarkey. The only reference you managed to catch in the time that you're allotted is that you know that Nephili is a cloud nymph.
Interesting. Well, that's pretty much all I expected to find out, so that's good.
Is there anything else you want to do while you're here?
Hey, Dee, it's a cloud nymph. I don't know what that means, but it's a cloud nymph.
Okay. Aren't nymphs like them pretty ladies or something?
Yeah, they're like elemental spirits.
Okay. Well, that's cool. You think I could hit it with a bat if necessary?
I mean, it's made of cloud, so you'd probably go straight through it. It might make your bat wet. How do you fight a cloud?
Real big fan.
That is a good idea. Let's get a big fan.
Where do you get a big fan?
Make a brains roll for me.
But can't I suggest Tim's DIY? Because I rolled a 9.
Yes, you can suggest Tim's DIY.
Alright, there's definitely better places that we could get one for free, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
I really don't.
Do you remember that you do have to be back at school at some point?
He's a million miles away right now. Put it into context. This entire time that you have been, researching and stuff, Dia has pretty much just been sitting off to the side, just, legs spread, elbows on knees, just, palms on the forehead.
Aww.
Sally, can you make another brains roll for me, please?
Ooh, that's a 12.
Shit.
And then 9, that's a 21. I am very smart.
You are very smart. You can see that there is something majorly wrong with Dee.
Oh, there's definitely... I mean... You did not
I don't think I needed to roll the 21 to find out. Dee, what's wrong? You seem overly concerned about something, and I don't know what's going on.
I can't talk about it. Some stuff that I've been trying to think about.
Should we go to our secret clubhouse?
You want to skip school or something?
No, I mean after school.
I don't know what we got. Like, why would we go there? It's not freaking book club stuff.
Then what is it? What else is there that you can't talk about?
Can't talk about it. Because every time we talk about it, everybody either gets mad at me, or fucking leaves, or whatever. And, I think you're pretty cool. You're my friend, Sally. Okay?
Aww.
And I don't want you leaving.
I won't leave. You're my friend. I don't have enough friends to leave them. Jimmy, your face.
You guys are so cute.
Look, I know you don't have no friends, and that sucks, and that ain't right, because you're really cool, and if you ever just want to hang out or whatever when we're not doing book club stuff, alright, that's fine. Just come and get me. It's cool. You can just come hang out or whatever.
But then if I'm your friend and you're my friend, friends tell each other stuff. So why can't you talk about it?
I don't think I'm ready yet. Okay?
Okay. Would you like a hug?
Yes.
I'm going to roll brawn for hug to see how tight I squeeze. If it's going to let me. Oh, I just rolled a million times.
You just rolled a 73 in brawn. Well done. You break Dee's ribs.
Bear hug.
That's the strength behind the hug.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so there is genuine tenderness and concern, and it's a very touching moment. And make a grit roll for me, both of you.
Uh-oh. I rolled a 1.
You're too caught up in the hug. You all of a sudden hear a little sniffle in the from over by the desk, and Carl's just dabbing his eyes gently at the beauty of this tender moment. Okay, so you guys head back to school for your last period of the day, and we're just gonna fast forward through time, and the bell's gonna go, and you are going to head out school gates. So what would you like to do?
Field trip to the farm?
This is adventure time. So we
come on and grab your friends. Sorry.
We've already done that part. No, we gotta go get equipped.
We've got to get our bikes because we are kids on bikes.
We gotta get our bikes, we gotta get our equipment.
You head off back home to grab your bikes. Is there anything else you want to pick up while you're there?
Getting changed, getting bike, grabbing all of my just in case.
And what would you class as all of your?
Let me open up my backpack here. Yes, I have a bat, baseballs, a glove, comics, gum. I gotta get rid of cigarettes out of there. That's not supposed to be there. A lighter, handgun, spare pants, a flashlight, binoculars, and lockpicks.
Okay, I would like to take a torch and a notebook and a pen and a pencil.
Okay.
You should write stuff that's in your backpack.
Well, I've just kind of been assuming I have nothing in my backpack. So, and my purse. I'm going to have a purse with money in it.
Didn't you give all your money to Dee last week?
Well, maybe I got more pocket money.
Roll a D100 for me.
Okay. This is how many pennies I get.
You've got
91.
91 pence.
Excellent.
Nice.
And that's new pence. So that's actually decent.
Wish to go get some Slurpees.
Cool. I'm gonna make a note of that, and now I'm gonna be really obnoxious. And anytime anything involves money, I'm gonna be very exacting about how much it costs.
You head downstairs with your backpack and you go and grab your bike. Nettles decides to shimmy along as well, so he trots along by you as you head on over to meet Sally, and you guys make your way over to Drewdrop Farm, unless there's anywhere else you want to go beforehand.
I mean, I can't think of anywhere that we absolutely have to stop by. Unless you think we could buy a giant fan.
For 91p.
Nope. You make your way over to Dewdrop Farm. It's a fairly picturesque little farm run by a chap called Eli Stratemeyer.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah. Do you know where I got it?
No.
It sounds familiar.
Stratemeyer.
Forget it right away.
Edward Stratemeyer was the man who wrote Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, I didn't know that, so God knows why I thought it was familiar.
Sorry, yeah, all my names have meanings behind them. Right, okay, so it's a picturesque little farm run by Eli Stratemeyer. As you get to the farm, you almost go straight into the courtyard area where the farm cottage is. And you've got a hen house, you've got a paddock with some horses in. You can see roughly where the fields are that obviously belong to him because they've got, various crops growing in them and whatnot. Is there anything else in particular you guys want to see in this farm?
Does he have a farm dog?
Yep, there's an old border collie just sat basking in the sun.
Does it try and sniff Nettle's bum?
Doesn't move. Actually, it just sits there very, very calmly. Is obviously well trained.
I just want the very dignified Nettles to have to do a very doggish thing like sniffing butt.
Oh, they're such snobs. They think they're so clever with their snapping at sheep. Wouldn't find me snapping at sheep. Got better things to do with my time.
Well, yes, corgis are cattle herding dogs.
Pipe down, pipsqueak.
No, so, how do we want to approach this? Do we just want to, walk right up and be like, hey, you got some dead animals around, what's up with that? Or we want to play it coy?
I think we should have a cover story, and thus I'm going to make a brains roll. I rolled a 5. Is that enough for me to suggest that we pretend to be doing a school project?
Yeah.
Yay. I think we should pretend we're doing a school project and ask lots of inappropriate questions.
Okay. Let's go with the talking. We're super good at that. Sure.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
We're gonna go talk.
Who are you going to talk to?
We're gonna knock on the door.
So you head up to the cottage and you bang on the door. You can hear a mewing sound from behind the door and a cat scratching as a woman's voice can be heard from the other side. She says, oh, what's the name of this cat?
Charlie.
Charlie, okay. She says, Charlie, away from there, right now. And all you hear is this, meow, as this cat just scarpers and hisses, because cats are evil.
I like kitties.
She opens the door and there is what can only be described as a typical farmer's wife. She is a stocky woman with a very quite ruddy face, a very matriarchal look about her, and she sees you and she doesn't instantly dismiss you, but she's a bit curious as to why you're there, and she's like, yes, how can I help you?
Hi, we were hoping that we could ask for your help with a school project we're doing.
Make a charm roll for me.
Oh, this is going to go well. I'm so charming. Oh, that is an exploding dice. I am incredibly I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8. Okay, that's fine. Oh, a school project, you say? Well, you probably don't want to talk to me. You're probably best off talking to my husband. What's the project about, dear?
It's a biology project.
Biology. Oh, I see. Well, what exactly do you mean by biology?
It's the life cycle of plants and animals, and we're supposed to find a plant or an animal and describe its life cycle. And we thought that someone who someone who deals with plants and animals might be able to help.
Well, yes, I think. I do have a herb garden, which I'm very proud of, even if I do say so myself. But you'll probably be better off speaking to Eli. He knows far more about it than I do. Eli-o. Sorry.
Is that why he's called Eli?
No, totally wasn't.
I don't believe you.
All right, so where's he at?
Oh, well, he's probably over in one of the fields at the moment. But by all means, if you like, you can take a look around.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Maybe choose some of the animals you want to do for your project.
What's your dog's name?
He's called Colin. No, we've already had a Colin. Let's go back. He's called Jovac.
What?
He'll be a very famous tennis player in about 30 years.
I mean, that's pretty impressive for a dog, I guess.
I read sports-related tarot in my spare time.
Has the very successful tennis player even been born at this point?
Probably not, no.
All right, well, I mean, cool. Well, we got a farm prophecy. You appreciate that.
Is this better or worse than a bum prophecy?
On the prophecy taxonomy.
Like, I mean, when I'm in like the same ballpark of prophecy, it wouldn't be right to compare the two.
Fair enough. Let's go poking about and sticking our noses in where it's not wanted, but not expressly forbidden.
She told us to look around. That means we look around, dig around in her pantry, have a snack.
Probably not that.
There could be animals in there, I don't know.
Well, we'd hope not. That's why they've got the cat.
I mean, that's where all the mysterious animal deaths are happening.
They're probably happening outside the house. And the animal deaths inside the house, if they are in the pantry, would probably be not very mysterious and largely due to the cat.
Sally, it's a joke, okay?
I'm not letting you get away with it.
Okay.
She says, by all means, just have a little look around, but please just make sure you close all the gates. We don't want to lose any of our animals. We've lost enough as it is.
What do you mean?
Oh, you don't know?
No.
There's been some rather tragic deaths.
Oh no.
Yes. It's very sad.
What happened?
In all honesty, we don't really know. It started when we found a rather large number of mice just strewn across the farm grounds, and they clearly hadn't been caught by Charlie. They were still whole and in one piece.
That's weird.
Just lying around dead out in the open?
That's right.
That is weird.
Just the other day, we lost 2 of our ducks.
Oh no, I like ducks.
Yeah, ducks are very cool. Oh. Huh. Yeah, it's really weird. Anything else? Or it's just them?
Oh, just them.
Huh. So far.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out. Make sure them ducks don't go nowhere.
Oh, that's very kind of you, thank you.
Of course, yeah.
Still, they'll make a lovely stew.
What is the name of it? What's her last name?
Stratemeyer.
All right, well, Mr. Stratemeyer, you keep me up to date with that stew, okay?
Oh, you'd like some, would you? I don't think we have any left, but...
dang. All right, that's cool.
I might have a few eggs kicking around if you want to pop back later.
Yeah, sure, that'd be cool. Make me an omelet.
Okay, I'm going to just quietly edge out the room.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna go take a look around. See if we can't go with your husband. Have a talk with him about, farm science.
Okay. Well, just enjoy yourselves, dears, and just be careful.
Will do, boss.
Thank you.
She closes the door. She actually leaves the top half open. It's one of those stable doors, and you can see her just going back to her. It looks like she's just stood at a Arga making something.
Making evil.
It's a witch's brew for her sports tarot. I know that tarot involves cards rather than brewing, but it's all magic.
Dee would be down for some sports magic.
So where would you like to go? Dee, what are you doing? What's on your nose?
A thimble?
Of course it is. Are you sewing whilst we're playing? This is a cross-stitch free zone.
No, she's putting things on her nose while we're playing. It's an entirely different matter.
Yeah, entirely different.
Okay, so where would you like to go first? What would you like to go and view?
Is there like a barn?
There is, yep.
I want to ask Nettles if he can also talk to the other dog.
You'll need to spend psychic energy to do that.
Okay, I'm going to spend a psychic energy to do that because I want to know if Nettles can talk to animals.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that'd be cool.
Phrase it for me. Tell me what specifically are you asking him?
Hey, Nettles, you know how you're a dog and you can talk to me, but can you also talk to the other dog? And, can you talk to dogs as well as people?
If Nettles had eyebrows, he would be raising them right now. Well, I can, but they don't really have very much to say most of the time.
So they do some of the time?
It's possible. Why? What would you like me to ask them?
Ask the dog if it knows anything about the mysterious deaths.
Okay, so Nettles pads over to Jovac and
hey, idiot, what do you know?
and he begins to just sort of growl a little bit and bark a little bit, and then Jovac looks up and they're just kind of staring at each other. You can't hear any of the conversation that's going on, but clearly they're communicating. Nettles, after a while, trots back to you and he says, "The mutt appears to think there is something rather strange going on. He's calling it bad air."
Well, that makes sense. Also, he doesn't look like a mutt, he looks like a purebred.
Yeah, he's been bred beyond belief. He can barely string a sentence together.
What?
Nice.
Oh, wait, I can't hear this.
What are you doing while this is going on, Dee?
I think Dee's just looking back and forth between Sally and Nettles and just frowning.
Oh, yeah, Dee. So, according to I can't remember the dog's name. What was the dog's name?
Jovac.
According to Jovac, there's bad air, but also apparently he's not very intelligent and can't string a sentence together.
No, it's somebody's been fighting the animals to death. Got it.
That must be what it is, yes.
So what's your next step?
So is there a barn?
There is a barn, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to the barn. That's where all the animals are.
Yep, you head on over to the barn. When you get in there, I mean, it's not like a big, huge barn. It's more like a stable size. And you go in there and there's a couple of small pens. There's one horse and 2 goats.
I like goats. I'm going to go pet the goat.
You head in there and you just start petting the animals and stroking them. They seem fine. As you're doing so, the next thing you hear is a gruff voice from the barn entrance. And it says, "Here, what do you think you're doing in here?"
Hi. We're here for a school project.
Mr. Stratimer, your wife said that we could talk to you about a school project that we're doing.
Oh, I see. Well, what's that all about then?
Farm science.
It's a biology project about the life cycles of animals.
Oh, I see. Well, what do you want to know?
What makes them die real suddenly, like?
Are you being flippant, Sunshine?
No, I'm not real good at this kind of stuff.
Are you mocking our recent losses?
No, what recent losses? Winky face at Sally.
Mrs. Stratemeyer walks into the stable rather brusquely and herds the goats away from you as you're petting them and says, "Look, whatever my wife has said to you, I'm far too busy. Do you understand?
Yeah, sorry, sir.
We've got too much going on here at the moment."
I'm sorry, we were just asking.
Okay, well, ask your questions and then you'll have to go.
Alright, I guess we should ask about ducks.
Yeah.
Because ducks died. So, do you help me out?
What's the story on ducks?
What would you like to know?
Like, how long does a duck live?
The usual life of a duck depends on the treatment and care that it gets from me, I suppose. Unfortunately, we've just lost a couple.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know, but dark forces are at play if you ask me.
Dark forces? You dealing with wizards?
We've lost some sheep now as well. I've just been over to field.
Oh no!
How'd that happen?
Were they big sheep or little sheep?
Like a wolf?
There's nothing. Just had to cart them back here.
Bad air. Might sound like a weird question, could we have like a look?
He mulls the question over for a moment and he says, "Well, if you want to." My accent's all over the place tonight. He says, "Well, if you want to, but I don't think you'll get much from it." And he gestures and he walks out of the barn. Are you following him?
Yeah.
As you get outside, you can see there is a farmhand stood just by a tractor that's pulling a trailer, and he's currently dragging a sheep off the back of the trailer, and it's completely deceased and no more. There are 2 more sheep also in the trailer.
It is an ex-sheep.
Yeah, Dia just lets out one of them long whistles that Eve can't do. It's one of them low whistles, like a dang. Yeah, exactly. Like it's not super loud. Like not trying to get anyone's attention.
Okay.
How do you do the finger whistling? Because I've never been able to do that.
I don't know. I can't figure it out.
That's going to sound horrible on the audio.
But yeah, Dee's walking over.
Okay, yeah, you walk over, and the farmhand looks strangely at you, wondering what you're doing there.
So, hey, buddy, what do you think happened to him? Weird, huh?
Oh, it's just the way of nature, innit, mate? You know what they say? Sheep die.
I've never heard anyone say that.
Oh, it's a common phrase around here.
You realize that has to become an actual common phrase around here, right? Like anytime anything bad happens, people just gotta start going, "Sheep die."
Sheep die. Well, don't worry, we'll make it one, assuming we remember.
Yeah.
He says, "Look, there's clearly something going on here. I just hoping that I'm not going to catch anything, if I'm perfectly honest. First the mice, then the ducks, now the sheep. It's getting a bit out of control around here."
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's happening to bigger things. Makes you wonder what it's going to get to you and me, huh?
Oh, what about the horse?
Goats. Oh no, not the goats. He's gonna crouch down and try to get a closer look at the face region, see if you can't notice anything.
Okay, make a brains roll for me.
Wonderful at those. That's 2.
You can see that this sheep is most definitely dead.
Yeah, that's a very dead sheep.
I mean, you don't know a lot about sheep biology.
No. Or biology in general.
You would say that this sheep is pretty emaciated.
Huh.
It looks very, very thin.
Normal for them to be like this skinny. I always pictured sheep like kind of a little bit like pudgier.
The farmhand looks up at you and he says, all our sheep are fed well and treated well. Don't really know how it happened, to be honest.
So something is making things very skinny and then killing them.
Looks like they're getting drained. Vampires. What kind of vampire like attacks like 100 mice? Well, instead of just going for the horse. Okay. So like anything weird around like where you found them?
Didn't really look, to be honest. Only thing we could see really was the sheep. I mean, that's going to cost us a good 20-30 quid per sheep. That's a lot of money round here.
Can we look around where you found them?
The farmhand gestures to you and looks over at Eli. Eli says, look, just make sure you close gates.
Yeah, no, of course. No problem. Oh, these guys are pretty chill. Just get like free reign around here.
Well, you're probably well known after your
Yeah, we're good kids.
Marsh Rock adventures.
Yeah, alright, yeah, like, let's go. Watch your step. Looks like there's a lot of poop out here.
Roll for poop. You head across the fields. I'm assuming you're heading in the direction. Did you just get a 4 for poop? Look at that. Oh my god. That's insane. Oh my god.
I think the random number generator
Jesus
broke.
Christ, that's a 17 on my brains roll to avoid poop.
On a D4.
That's insane. You're never going to roll like that on Brains again. You realise that?
I can't do it when I'm investigating the sheep murder.
But you will not step in poop.
You see all the poop in this. It's kind of like you almost go into Matrix mode.
Yeah, like it just like rolls, like handsprings and stuff. Like no poop at all.
You see the poop as like lines of green code and just like dodge between it. Oh my god, where is this story going tonight?
I don't know.
Okay, so you begin to wander over the field. You can see the sheep paddock over the sheep field over in the far distance. It's no more than about a 10-minute walk, and you begin to march across. The farmhand shouted at you as you left that the sheep that they found were over in the corner of a hedgerow.
Mm-hmm. I rolled a 3 for my avoiding poop, so I think I stepped in some.
Yeah, can you roll a d6 for me, please?
Right away.
That's a 5.
You stand in 5 piles of poop.
Excellent. Poopy shoes.
Each one is one that Dee pointed to. Is like, watch out for that poop.
No. You pointed saying, watch out for that poop, and then while looking at that one, I stepped in another one 5 times.
You head on over to the sheep field. As you're moving closer and closer towards the paddock, you can hear a sound. It's the sound of the sheep. They're bleating. Make another brains roll for me.
I wasted it. Just wait. Look at it. That's a 3. I'm going to go ahead and add a 3 to it.
These sheep sound distressed.
Is it because we got a tiny dog with us?
I don't know. What would you like to do? You're probably about, I don't know, maybe about 10 metres away from the sheep field itself.
I think it's just going to go over and hop the gate. Trying to get closer look. At a bit of a faster pace. Since I've got poop vision anyways.
Alright, make a flight roll for me then, please, Dee.
On this gate, I used up all my good rolls. That's a 5. I'm gonna eat bark.
You manage to sprint over to the paddock and leap over the gate. That's no problem. Sally, you're a little way behind, so you don't get...
Excuse me, I got a 16 on my flight. I am right on his tail.
Okay.
You freaking, like, just vault right through it.
You pass D and pirouette and leap over the gate like some kind of frolicking lamb.
I was picturing more like a gazelle.
Like a gazelle.
More lithe and graceful.
You can be lithe and graceful. If you with that roll, you can be anything you want. You leap on over and you come to a pretty horrifying sight. If this was Call of Cthulhu, you'd be rolling for sanity right now.
Oh boy.
There in front of you, all you can see is like sheep are scattering left and right all over the place. And in front of you, one sheep has been caught in what can only be described as a mini tornado. And it's whirring round and round. It's bleating. Its legs are flailing wildly as it's tossed upside down and round and round. And in the middle of the tornado, a cloud forms, and you can see it go inside the sheep. It tears itself up through its mouth and into its nostrils, and then, quick as a flash, it throws itself out again, and with it come the innards of this sheep.
What the crap?
And it mulches up the heart and the lungs and the stomach and the intestines of this sheep, and then just erupts and dissipates into nothing, and the sheep just drops to the ground.
Oh my god.
What do you want to do?
What was that? Did that tornado just eat the sheep?
It turned it inside out first. I think Sally's got PTSD now.
I think that this is exactly why we should be getting taught magic. So I'm pretty sure my baseball bat is not going to work on that.
Yeah, I agree. What?
I don't think that was like that fish thing. Sally, do not approach it like you approached the fish thing.
The water dragon was nice. This thing isn't nice.
Whoa, jeez, that's okay. He's gotta like very careful. Like that tornado, it's just gone.
Yep, literally, like. All the innards just came out of the sheep's mouth.
And then just like were practically turned into a pink mist.
Yeah, basically.
And then the tornado was just like gone.
Yep.
Alright. Wait, Sally, you stay here and keep an eye on me, like watch my back. I'm gonna go up and see if I can't like figure something out. Okay, if something happens, like I don't know, throw some poop at the cloud and hope that it doesn't like that, and then just like bolt. All right.
I don't want to throw poop, but okay.
Yeah, he's approaching very slowly. Taking the bat out just because it makes them feel a little bit safer and like just eyeing the sky as they approach the sheep.
You slowly approach, and lying on the floor is the sheep that you just saw up in the air, and it looks just like the other dead sheep that you saw earlier. It's completely emaciated. I mean, it's devoid of any innards. There doesn't seem to be any markings of injury. You know, you wouldn't know what happened to it unless you actually saw it, which you did. It's just a husk.
Take out the flashlight, like kind of like pry its mouth open and like shine it down on it, just to see if maybe something's going on in there.
I legitimately shuddered at that thought.
I'm going to ask you to make... I think this has got to be a This is going to be a grit roll, isn't it? It's kind of like a constitution check, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a 3. He just immediately turns and goes,
You try your best, bless you. You want to investigate, you want to know, but it's just too much. And as you open the mouth and you see this cavernous emptiness, you just dry heave and step away.
I think this episode's going to need a content warning.
With that avenue kind of shut off for being gross, D stops and starts looking around. Since there was a tornado, was the grass here disturbed, flattened out?
Make a brains roll for me.
Oh, you're killing me. It's 2.
You can certainly see that where the sheep is, that the grass has made almost like a little crop circle.
It doesn't look like it's going anywhere else. It's just it came out of the sky, hit this spot, and then just bounced.
Yep, there's no trail from what you can see.
Oh, this is a freaking problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should go tell Miss Thistledown, because maybe she's got some kind of magic that will help. Because we can't deal with this. This is not normal.
Yeah.
I mean, none of this is normal, but you know what I mean.
Slams a fist in her hands we need weapons. That ain't my bat.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
You're heading off, are you?
Yeah. Yeah, we should tell, what's his face, Eli, that there's another dead sheep.
Yeah, I'm not touching that sheep.
Well, I'm not. No, I am not touching the sheep. Things don't. They're not exactly light.
Well, it doesn't have any organs.
Point. But I'm still not carrying it.
God, no.
Yeah, let's, we'll stop by and be hey, you missed one out there. We don't need to go into details.
That's a good plan.
So you guys head on back to the farm, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to our bikes.
As you get about halfway across the field, make a brains roll for me.
Oh. No, I got 5.
Got 5.
2.
Okay, Sally, you can take an adversity token. I must remember to keep telling you to take adversity tokens. I keep forgetting.
Does she get an adversity token for the poop?
Yes, she does.
Yay!
So, Sally, you're too conscious of poop to really see anything. But you see there appears to be a bit of a commotion going on over at the farm. You can hear a screaming and wailing.
Oh no. D slapped Sally, is ignore the poop, let's go.
Okay, make flight rolls for me.
Yep, running towards it.
That's a 10.
It's a 5.
You both put on a sprint and follow the sound. As you get to the farm, Mrs. Stratemeyer has spotted you and is heading towards you. And she says, "Oh no, children, don't look, please, for the love of God, don't look. Oh, how could this happen? How could this happen?"
What happened?
What?
She says, "Oh, it's Lee. I'll help. He's, And she just breaks down on you. You look over into the courtyard and you can see the emaciated husk of the Stratemeyer's farmhand just lying on the floor.
Stop killing people!
And I think we're going to leave it there for tonight.
Yeah,
we're just talking to him!
Well, it's lucky you didn't get too emotionally invested, isn't it?
I get very easily emotionally invested. I'm very upset right now.
Oh boy.
Things are getting a little bit scary in Marsh Haven.
Also, I'm a terrible person because my first thought is at least it wasn't the horse. Or the dog.
Okay, guys, so we'll wrap it up there and we'll see what happens, whether you manage to Because we don't really know whether, has the dark ritual ended? Has the air element been completed? Who knows?
I have to ask Miss Thistledown.
You will have to ask Miss Thistledown.
And super, super fast, because this thing is murdering stuff at an alarming rate.
Yes, it is. And conveniently while you're around as well. You're like murder magnets.
Yay.
No, Sally's definitely going to have PTSD now.
Okay, so talk to me, guys. Tell me about all the fabulous podcasts you've been listening to this week.
I finally actually listened to one. Be proud of me.
Okay, so what did you listen to, Kat?
Well, you're the one who told me to listen to it, so it's not going to be news, but I finally got around to listening to the Decca tapes, and oh my god.
It's really good, isn't it?
It's so good, yeah.
I listened to the last 2 episodes yesterday, and Yeah,
I binged them all on Sunday, and just,
Okay, so I'm going to talk about something that I've been binging for the last week. I've just listened to 4 seasons of Tannis, which I know is a pretty big popular show, but I haven't really delved much beyond actual plays. But oh my god, it was just so good. It's everything I love about fiction, and it's just so good. It felt to me like, have you ever read House of Leaves?
Oh, I've tried.
Yeah, it's like a podcast version of House of Leaves. It's just conspiracies everywhere. This kind of search for this mysterious entity that's slowly expanding in the Northwest Pacific region of the United States. It's just so good. And it kind of links in with a couple of other podcasts. I can't recommend it enough. I just listened to the whole lot back to back in about a week. So yeah, Tannis is quite good.
Solid recommendation.
Yeah. The only unfortunate thing is there are like really random adverts in there. So, you're suddenly like sucked into this kind of really cerebral experience, and then you're blasted with an advert for socks. What about you though, Eve? What have you been listening to?
This week I've been listening to the Dice Girls and Critical Bits.
Oh, I love the Dice Girls, and obviously Critical Bits as well, who I should say, although it will have happened weeks and weeks ago by the time you guys listen to this, it's Spider Day tomorrow, and I know that Critical Bits are doing loads and loads of podcasts that they've pre-recorded tomorrow, and then on Friday through to Sunday is going to be a whole host of live streams going on, to which we are getting involved with. Oh, well, some of us are, aren't we? Sally, did you end up filling in the sheet or not?
I completely forgot all about it, so that would be a no.
Okay, but Dee, you're getting in with the Dice Girls, aren't you?
No, Dee is not. Eve is.
Eve is, sorry.
No, I'll be playing with the Dice Girls, Bex. The rest of them aren't there. Bex of the Dice Girls, and Jordan of Chaos Conductors.
Love Jordan. Cool. Yeah, and I'm going to be running a very special edition of Brits on Bikes, which is called Blitz on Bikes. It's going to be a wartime adventure, and I'm very, very nervous because it's going to be my first live stream, and I'm like, my players are all my like podcast heroes as well. So I've got Sean from Omencast playing, and Adam from Stellar Arcanum is playing, and it's just frankly terrifying, but hopefully, it's going to be fun. We're going to punch some Nazis. It will all be good.
Kick ass. Oh, well, we should probably say our goodbyes.
We do have to say goodbyes. And do you know what we have to do? Because you reminded me earlier this week, is we need to read some reviews as well.
Oh, I gotta pull them up.
Yeah, hang on, let me find them. I've got them up here as well. Okay, so we got this one. This was from one of our lovely friends over at Kids on Bikes, who said, as a kid on bike myself, I so love this show, especially Jimmy's absolutely amazing storytelling and on-the-fly mechanics. I'm not quite sure what that means, but I'm going to love it anyway. This show is so much fun and has so much heart and tells a common story from a whole new perspective. Go listen to an absolute favourite show.
Aww.
That's sweet, isn't it? Dee, you got one?
Yeah. This one's from GM Tim D. Are you a fan of The Goonies or Stranger Things? Then this is a must listen. This fantastic group tells an awesome tale, and I cannot wait for more.
Nice. And I'm just going to read one final one because they use my favourite word. It says, one of my new favourite podcasts, the gang play this game so well and it's so well done. The story is enthralling from the get-go with a Lovecraftian vibe and a wonderful array of characters. Definitely check this one out. And that's from Dantendo64. So if you say Lovecraftian, then I'm doing my job properly because Call of Cthulhu is my go-to. I love it. So yeah, I think this episode was particularly Lovecraftian, to be honest.
Yes, I would agree with that, yes.
All right, guys, thank you once again for listening to Brits on Bikes. It's been lovely having you along for the ride. And from Kat, this is...
Goodbye.
And from Eve, this is...
Peace out, y'all.
And from me, Jimmy Sprinkles, saying keep on biking. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I've been aboard this train for almost a month now, and I think I can safely say there's something wrong. Something wrong.
I'm just trying to get home. This is the service to Brighton, right?
Oh, miss, I'm afraid this train won't be calling at Brighton, at least not in this century.
Well, this just got a lot more interesting.
I don't know what to make of that girl Val yet. She looks like she could break both of my legs, which, oh god, I hope no one ever listens to this. It's kind of hot.
So you really don't know what they're doing here? I thought you worked for them.
No, I ended up here by accident.
How do you end up on a time-traveling train by accident?
Well, if you're me, you take the wrong train, and suddenly you're a discount Doctor Who companion.
Wait a minute, I know that logo.
Any minute now.
The 1237 is a queer sci-fi drama coming to your podcast feed March 5th with episodes 1 and 2 and releasing twice monthly after that. Join us for a train ride through time, space and science. Thanks for listening.